Hey, hello. I'm trying to be all fancy and shit over here. Oh my goodness.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Your Wednesday Night Conversation. We're so glad that you're here for this episode because this is the first episode with a guest.
What is happening?
And if this is your first time listening, I'm sorry, I was scratching my eye because the contact is like running around in there.
Oh no, they do that.
But this is live with Fefe and Freddy. I'm Felicia Minor, and Freddie Prince Charming is there.
I know. I'm over here. I'm Freddie Prince Charming, and with me is, of course, none other than the amazing artist Brandon McGill, who is live in studio. My studio, that is, not sort of studio. Large quotations.
I want to be in person,
which I get. I mean, I would have rather done it this way too. So it works. It works.
I'm over here.
We make it work. I don't have the largest space over here, and Brandon is 8 feet tall, which
like literally,
which creates a problem in terms of like space. But
listen,
you know what? We make it work.
Listening. We made rehearsals work in that.
We did.
You danced in here?
Mm-hmm.
Ironically.
Listen.
Well, that's impressive.
Okay, look, the audience doesn't know what the audience doesn't see. So as far as the audience is concerned, this is a very large space. Like completely clear.
So large that it expands to my area of the East Valley.
And impediment. No, there's nothing. No, this is a very clear, open space.
There's nothing that they see.
Clear, open space.
Speaking, so we have a show packed full of things to talk about. We have Brandon here, who has been on our show for eons, because we've been on.
They might be our most recurring guest at this point.
Oh, don't tell Patricia.
Patricia hasn't been on in a hot minute.
I guess she needs to come back.
I know. If we could get Patricia on every so often, but I think Brandon has now surpassed Patricia as our most frequented guest. I think
it's like SNL.
Records being broken,
right? Do we start making jackets now for our
like the 5 Timers Club,
right?
Oh wow!
Sorry, please continue.
You too can support us on Patreon. We'll be talking tonight about the blessings and the curses of social media, and the fuckery. Yes, you've heard right. The fuckery that is going on in the Orange House already. Lord help us.
Hi Dee, hi Suzette.
And so much more. So much more. But yes, Brandon being the most reoccurring guest on our show. I don't think I need. Do I need to read the bio?
Maybe this is
that we may have new people. Maybe we have new people, and we don't know. They don't know. Would you like me to read the bio, or do you?
Oh my.
Yeah,
go for it.
Brandon McGill is a celebrated multimedia artist based in Phoenix, known for their transformative body art and photography. Like for reals. With over 2,000 body paintings completed. Like, that's fucking huge, y'all. Brandon has dedicated a decade of blending connection, creativity, and bravery through art. Named Artist of the Year by the Music Video Awards and an IMDb creator director, Brandon's talents span far beyond the canvas. They are currently promoting the Masters of the Elements series and have a surprise project announcement coming soon, along with their highly anticipated 2025 calendar. I was like, this is your...
Here it is, the 2025 calendar.
Make sure that you connect with Brandon and explore their work on social media at Body Art Brandon. That's like across all the platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or BrandonMcGill.com. And if you use the code LIVE right now, you'll get 15% off.
Ooh, and the 2024 calendars are currently on sale for $5 since there's only a few of them, like there's only a couple months left. But if nothing else, you can get them for the art.
Absolutely. You have a whole booklet of art
like
to enjoy.
Art, frame the art. Like you could get it, frame it, do the things because that's, it's worth it. So
look how pretty it is. Look at that art.
See, look, art, and you can like frame the art if you get the 2024 calendar for only $5. Okay. So.
I'm sure that's helpful for planning last minute things in 2024.
There's Christmas.
And speaking of the year changing, I already got a message about changing the note for this. So I don't want to change it too
because
early.
I'm pretty sure you left it like 2020 or 20 for like 3 years. So
I did. I missed the time. I'm very nostalgic that way. But since Brandon is here, they have like an interactive bit that we're doing tonight. I feel like
it's interactive.
We're trying something new. We're trying something fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are.
So
what are the
for the
first
folks
two
at
words?
home, we're playing tonight what's called Mad Libs with a twist. Yeah,
because we are all at this point mad libs.
So let's have fun with
indeed.
it.
So
hi, Jen.
You have to tell me if I'm explaining this right.
Yeah.
So here's how it works. So we're all creating a story together.
We are.
And throughout the episode, we'll ask for funny answers from the chat, like a noun, an adjective, a creature, a place. And then Brandon will draw this story as we go. And I'm very interested to see how this goes.
So I think we're gonna
completely
right. Who knows what the fuck this is gonna look like? But to start off, we're gonna need a noun and an adjective.
Just two right now.
Just two right now, so that Brandon can start drawing. So
in chat, let's all see some nouns.
Okay, so in the chat, put a noun.
The folks that are watching, we need a noun. Give us a noun.
Put some nouns in chat. And the best noun will be chosen. We'll move forward. And also, Freddie and Felicia, if you have a funny noun that you want to contribute, because I want to include you guys.
I am.
Do you want to be more specific? Okay, because we have a creature, which is also a noun. We also have a place, which is also a noun. So with a noun, do you want to be more specific? Because a noun is a person, place, or thing.
Yeah, we can be pretty open.
So Suzette says the red balloon.
There you go.
Okay,
that's a
red balloon. Butcher knife.
Ooh, we got dark there.
I don't know.
Okay. So we got red balloon.
Feather boa.
Okay. Let me see. I'm going to write these down. So we've got feather boa.
We've got feather boa, butcher knife, red balloon. Give us some more nouns. Person, place, or thing.
Place.
Well, we're going to ask for a place at some point anyway. So anything that's not a place, don't give us a place.
Ooh, a zombie. A walk.
Okay, don't give you a place.
Don't give us a place. A place will come later.
Got a walk.
All right.
There's
Do we have
zombie.
enough to pick one at some point?
Well, I'm kind of curious what Felicia has in mind.
Felicia, do you have a noun?
Oh, you want to know where I want a noun?
Pancakes. Hatchet.
Art the
Clown. Oh, Jesus.
Can you imagine how dark that would turn? All right, hatchet.
SpaghettiOs.
A very large wig.
Very large wig.
That's my noun.
Large wig. Leash. All right. Do we have enough for you to pick one at some point?
I think we have some pretty good ones in here.
All right. Now we need an adjective.
An adjective.
And once we get an adjective, then we will continue on and we'll ask for the other two things later. So
and I'll start drawing whatever you guys.
Right. So give us an adjective. Big, small, round, purple, green,
beautiful, gorgeous.
melty. Melty?
Yeah, melty.
Melty.
Yeah, melty face.
Yeah, melty.
Yeah, anything to describe something in fun, creative ways.
So what's gonna
Glamorous.
happen? Okay, so
Glamorous. I like that.
So
Will I type in
while
the chat?
Brandon is going to be drawing these things, we're gonna keep going with the show and doing our stuff. There's going to be a couple of different sort of competitions that are going to be happening.
Voluptuous.
With some like actual prizes.
Real prizes.
And okay, so if you are watching this and you type transform me in the comments and share this live stream, you could potentially win a body painting experience.
What?
I know.
That's pretty cool.
Or you can type
full body
photo.
Experience?
Yes.
Or you can type photo in the comments and follow at Body Art Brandon on Instagram, and you might just win a professional photo shoot.
Bam.
So, yes, there are some excellent, so.
And you could win the drawing, this crazy drawing that we're creating today. You could win it.
And for the for the bigger prizes, for the body painting and the photo shoot, you'll have 24 hours. So folks that are able to watch this later, you will also have an opportunity to be able to win those prizes.
Yeah,
if
be fair.
You do this, you just have to do the thing, share, follow, all that good stuff, and we'll repeat that later.
So if you're listening on the podcast, wait, I need to say something. If you're listening on the podcast, today is Wednesday, November 13th, and we are broadcasting live at 8 p.m. The contest would be over at 8:15, let's say, 8:15 to make it concrete, on Thursday, November 14th, 2024.
It'd be 8:15
Mountain
Arizona time.
Standard Time.
Why are we on Mountain now all of a sudden? I don't know. Fucking stupid daylight savings bullshit.
I know, and we're in a valley, so
That's
go
so
figure.
Dumb. So dumb.
So we got delightful, fluffy, voluptuous, poopy.
God. Wet.
Wet? Ooh. Can you imagine Art the Clown wet?
Wet. Oh. No, thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna put melty on there. Melty could
melty?
Be fun.
That was fun.
Melty.
Melty.
All right. Do we have enough to kind of work with?
I think so. Anyone else from chat? Any last minute adjectives before we move on?
Last minute adjectives.
I said glamorous earlier. Did you write that down?
Glamorous.
I did glamorous. That's the first one I wrote down.
Glamorous.
Glamorous.
All right.
Just like me today. Ooh,
Very
and
much
squishy.
so.
We last.
Squishy is good.
Last second, squishy. Okay.
That's like me. It's squishy.
All right.
All right.
Continue.
Squishy. Yes, please continue. Let's see. If you want the VIP treatment, like getting exclusive content and our after shows, I keep forgetting to mention our after shows, which have way more content, and we probably talk about other things, and we're keeping up with different things that we don't talk about on the show. You can follow us on Patreon or subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/live with Fefe and Freddy. And you all know about if you sign up for the membership.
After shows, the after shows are available at the $5 and up. You'll see other stuff if you have like the $1. There's other stuff, but the after show things are only available for the $5 and up tiers. Just gonna throw that out there.
True that. And we be talking about some stuff.
Mm.
You want to know the bullshit? We got the bullshit on the after show. So it's the $5 and up that gets like the merch, that gets especially if you do the deeper plunge, which is $15, and the G spot, you get stuff sent automatically by Patreon. It's our stuff, but they send it out. A sticker, a mug, a t-shirt, or a tote bag for joining in those tiers. We want to thank our patrons. It's kind of weird saying your name right now when you're on the show.
That's how they managed to be a guest. It's because
thanks for paying to be here. I'm just kidding. Oh my God. Wouldn't that be hilarious? People just start paying just gobs of money to be here.
Right. Oh my God.
I mean, that would be the worst fate for y'all,
we want
right?
to thank our patrons.
I mean,
Brandon,
there are worse
Cassandra.
things.
Cassandra's my neighbor.
Brandon, Cassandra, Chris and Michelle,
She's
D,
in the
Drake
pterodactyl.
Jensen, and Michael, Casey Starr, Carrie and Corey, Kim, Joan, Leanne, Madam Askew and the Grand Arbiter, Nicole, Patricia Mason. Patricia, now you need to be on the show more. Brandon beating you. Anyway, Shannon and William. And William reached out because he missed the live shows. If you're listening or watching after, that's just as good too. We'll take it.
We're totally fine with that.
A big shout out to Marissa of Wigs of a Kind for supporting us this season. Though I'm bald right now, so
I'm not wearing anything. There's no wigs this evening. Yeah.
Where's the wigs?
No wigs this evening.
No wigs.
Brandon's wearing a wig, but it's not a Wigs of a Kind wig.
Oh,
it's fine.
Damn.
Whenever I don't wear a wig, people are like, "Did you get a haircut?"
I mean, same.
Like every time.
God.
Oh my gosh. And we want to thank Laura Renfro for her incredible support this season.
Thank you.
Message us to find out how you can support the show. And if you're watching on Facebook, you can tap the stars below, and we get some kind of portion from Facebook. I don't know how it, whatever. But we appreciate you helping us and supporting us. It's a lot. Anyway, how was y'all's weekend?
Mine was like I didn't do a lot, honestly. So I mentioned last week that I ended up basically in the ER because of severe back pain. So I've been kind of dealing with that all week, which has not been the greatest. It's kind of been, it means that a lot of things that I ordinarily would be able to do, I kind of can't really do now, because if it requires lifting, I'm kind of screwed. So we were making our kids do a lot of manual labor. But I was the host and MC on Saturday at Fall Fest, put on by Queer Center and Newtown over at Newtown Saloon. And that was a good time. It's always fun. I love, hanging out with the folks over there. We had Team Friendly in the house. Your Health and Wellness was in the house, which it always kind of surprises me, but then doesn't surprise me how small this community really is, because like Your Health and Wellness, like we see them pop up, at different events and things here and there, and the person whose clinic it is my castmate in The Christmas Carol. He plays Bob Cratchit. And the other day, we were talking, how have we never run into each other before? Because it's like we've been running in the same circles, but just sort of like missing each other or something, and no idea. But it's so interesting how these things get, like, there's so much overlap with like all these different things that I'm doing, all these different things that I'm in. I love it because it's like, oh, such and such a person, I know such and such a person as well, we should be friends, mostly, unless it's somebody that I don't like, in which case, if you're friends with them, I don't really want to be friends with you. But that's pretty much like that was basically what I did this weekend was Fall Fest. I didn't do much of anything else. I've been wait, what did I do? I felt like I did something on... No, I don't think I did anything on Sunday. I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't.
I feel like you weren't out and about probably because of your back.
Yeah, it like I said, it's really kind of put a damper on some things, and it's it's just like I'm not sleeping well. I have dry mouth. I was on steroids for a while, so I don't know if like oh, that's what I did. So I downsized my closet and like purged a bunch of shit. like legitimately, like
Are you
I really
okay?
did. I sat in there and I knew it was gonna take me a while, so it was something that I needed to just kind of take a day
Wait,
and
the way
do.
she wrote that, is there like the way she wrote it was like, he finally.
So yes,
Was this like on the
but
to-do list for a while?
it has been. It's been very busy, and it's been something I meant to do it a while back, and I did actually say this weekend I'm going to do this, but then it was so fucking hot, and it got no. It gets hot that there's no air circulation in that
Oh,
part of our bedroom. So it gets really fucking hot back there, like really fucking hot back there.
It gets pretty hot in your bedroom.
So it's like it got put off, and then Sunday I was like, right, fine, I'm just gonna go back there and I'm just gonna do it because it's finally cool enough that I could do it. But there's an entire pile of stuff that's gonna get put in bags and donated, and a lot of it is stuff that doesn't fit me anymore, so getting rid of it. I mean, it's fine.
you sound so sad.
It's fine. But
Oh, she said
it's
barely.
it's a good amount of
Ooh.
stuff. So like a good amount of stuff. So it's not like I'm throwing away
It's a
3
start.
shirts. Like it's a
Listen
much.
here, it's a start.
So I did shit. How was your weekend?
As a person that hoards clothes and shoes, I understand. It's something.
I think I made
What
a pretty
might
big
happen
bed.
to me though is that I might buy like 6 shirts after I purge, but it all cycles out.
I do that with scarves. I'm like, oh, let me get rid of some scarves, and then I buy 10 more.
Well, that's because you made room. I don't. Like that's fair. Like now I got rid of like all this stuff. Now I can actually go out and buy some things that fit me.
This is actually a table runner
Oh.
that I'm wearing as a scarf.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fabric.
I do drag. I don't want to complain about weird shit being turned into clothing.
Right?
Like,
It's true. Fair.
So for a lot of family time, and plus it was nice outside.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I sat outside on the patio for an extended period of time because I wasn't burning my skin off.
I love that for you.
And just got back from drag bingo at Drink Me Tea Room. And yes, I am eating.
Your face.
I am
How's it
unsure
going?
what I'm looking at, but it's fascinating.
Should I show?
No. No.
Okay.
I am unsure what I'm looking at, but
Oh,
But you're intrigued.
I am very intrigued.
Okay.
I can't wait to see what happens.
next time we should put a camera above it.
Oh, that's true. You can
Right.
watch me draw. That's fair. One time I was in this group and everyone was doing mushrooms and they were all watching me draw. Anyway, please continue.
Oh my god.
Wait, you don't start a story like that and then don't finish.
So this multimillionaire's daughter
The
was
hell?
watching and she's like, I really have to pee, but I can't stop watching. So I commanded this entire room's attention. They were all on mushrooms and they couldn't stop watching me draw. The next day I looked at the drawing and it was pretty mid, but I had them convinced.
If they're on shrooms, you
It
can
was
pretty
like the
much
best thing ever, right?
if someone's like super high or like
Yeah.
really drunk or whatever, you'd be like, oh my god, it's like eating an apple.
Yes.
So I've random story here. The last time I did any edibles, because I was probably had a migraine or something. I'm a lightweight. Everybody knows I'm a lightweight, but I I'd done an edible. I'd eaten an edible.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to eat a Honeycrisp apple. Oh my God, it was the best fucking apple I'd ever had.
Absolutely. It's like so joyous.
But only when I was high. Now I'm like, I have a Honeycrisp apple and I'm like, okay, this is good, but it's definitely not the same as it was.
Yeah.
I'm like,
true.
God damn it, never ever do that. Don't fucking eat when you're high. Like, don't eat like shit that you want to enjoy while you're high, because it'll never be the same again after that.
I do it all the time, but
Fuck.
God
damn it. Sorry.
Also, thanks for saying my laugh is
The things I'm learning.
D, I appreciate you.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, it was a very quiet weekend.
That's good.
Not as active as most, but at this point in my life, I'm okay sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't do a whole hell of a lot
Not
this
doing
weekend, and I
anything.
was pretty much okay with it.
Plus,
Did you do anything fun this weekend?
well, it was funny because I've been hanging out with some friends lately, and they were asking me recently, what have I been doing recently? And I was like, oh my God, I've been recovering from the election stuff. Because I was like, what was I doing? I was like, okay, I was playing video games this day. I was recovering this day. I was ignoring everyone this day. Like, I guess I haven't really been doing a lot.
disassociating. Yeah.
So it's been a lot of just like kind of trying to be focused on art. Like I did a painting. I painted a whale recently.
I saw that. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I have not tried to paint a whale, and I was just like, let's give it a whirl.
I know.
So yeah,
it was beautiful.
Whale nut, yeah. And I think whales are really cute. So
it was a very well done whale.
Oh, thank you. I really like. I like drawing creatures. So
I'm funny. So, talking about disassociating.
Are you starting
Yes.
the tip? I'm
gonna do my. Hey, intro. Okay, so tonight we are going to sort of be talking about social media, how we navigate social media, and how it's sort of a blessing and a curse right now. I don't know if everybody else kind of feels the same way, but I know that I definitely do. All right, before we do this real quick, since we need, all right, we need a creature. Somebody give us a creature.
Oh, you want to do it now? Or do you want to do it later?
Well, we have 2 more. We have to do it at different intervals.
Okay, yeah,
so
we can do a creature now.
It's fine. We'll just let them do the thing, and we'll do this. All right. So, folks in the chat.
A stegosaurus with penises on the back.
Stegosaurus with penises on the back, she says. Okay. All right. So everybody put creatures. We need creatures in the chat.
Kitty cat.
So
we have stegosaurus.
All right. So it's been a week since we've entered into this collective trauma, and make no mistake, this is trauma. This is trauma. If you haven't been paying attention, this is fucking trauma. We've all been dealing with it differently. A lot of our processing, though, happens on social media.
I'm writing them down.
They're writing it down.
Keep it up.
You know, if you scroll through Facebook especially, Instagram too, to some extent, but it's a little bit different.
A creature from the Black Lagoon.
But you know, you see posts that range from anger, like rage, to sorrow, to despair, to calls for action, and and beyond. Like there's all sorts of things, and it's hard because some of us choose to engage as much as possible. We want to be as vocal as possible. Some of us are just in a situation where we're now just sort of doom scrolling and disassociating. Like we don't even interact with things. We just scroll. Just scroll. Some manage to find sort of a happy medium, but regardless, almost all of our processing and almost all of our engagement right now happens on social media, whether it's like on a public facing forum or whether it's in chats or whatever it is. It's almost all through social media. And trust me, the urge to disassociate and just tune the fuck out of everything is real. It's like Brandon was saying, it's like you shut it all off, play video games, do art, whatever it is, so that you don't have to acknowledge, you don't have to like
raw dog reality.
Right. Like you don't, and I get it. I like, if I could just be like, la, 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 I would be happy to just fucking do that. But I think the desire to I don't know, to help, to be visible and to provide some light is also there very much for,
I would say the same.
Like I know for me, it's hard. It's hard. Like during the pandemic, like in 2020, Felicia and I made the decision not to take our usual break during the summer because so many of our viewers were like, this is something that they looked forward to on Wednesdays because it gave them some semblance of normalcy. It was one of the few things that they could still sort of count on while everything else was in upheaval and a fucking mess. Mm-hmm. And while it may not seem,
I would say it was a form of normalcy for us
absolutely too. And while it may not seem like it's a big deal, it's like it was still something, and it was still something that folks were able to sort of hang on to. And I think, like, as artists, I think we almost have kind of a responsibility in times like these to keep creating. Mm-hmm. Art mm-hmm. is both a commentary and a protest. And as a queer artist right now, it's especially important for us to keep doing what we're doing, whether it's drag, whether it's photography, whether it's body art, whether it's whatever it is. I think that it's important as a queer artist to keep doing what we're doing, because as soon as we stop, they win. Mm-hmm. And I think, mm-hmm. and I trust me, like the folks that are afraid, the folks that are, hesitant to be out in public and be in drag, or, to do what they do in public. I get it. I absolutely fucking get it.
I will say that I didn't think that it would bother me that a said someone would be back in office, but because of the things that I was impacted by, aka the Proud Boys, I have had some I don't know what to call it. I feel like it's a PTSD reaction
probably
to the election, where I am very cautious, even when I'm out of drag, about my presence. Am I drawing attention to myself?
So I have a question for you that's sort of related, but kind of unrelated. So that being said, you are a slightly more effeminate man. I mean, we know this. I am as well. I'm not like super butch, or not either. But you also go and get your nails done. Are you going to keep getting your nails done? Do you think? Or do you think that that's something that you're going to stop doing because it will draw attention?
I have not thought about that at all. What I have thought of is like, not, I don't like dress overly. Well, never mind. I was gonna say I don't dress flamboyant, but I do.
And that's okay.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
that's okay.
But when this happened to me and I realized that I was being monitored and put out there, basically, by the Proud Boys and other groups, it made me think, like, where am I going? Who am I talking to? I I didn't really change my outward appearance. It just made me change the way I carried myself and who I connected with, if that makes any sense.
That
I
makes
just
sense.
I didn't want to be like, "Hey girl," out in public if
Right.
I knew that I'm at the, some non-queer function.
Right.
Because you know how that is. Because everybody could be like, well, there goes a fag. And then next thing I'm roped to a truck or some shit.
Right.
So,
We hope not.
It's,
Yikes, yeah.
It's, as far as like with the social media and things like that, like for me personally, I'm finding it difficult to engage the way I normally would online. And it's not because I don't want to. I guess it's because like I just my brain is still processing. I don't know. Like I have
Well, we're processing the WTF of it all.
right. Like I'm promoting, the shows and stuff that I'm doing. I'm promoting the events that I'm a part of. But outside of those things, I'm just kind of mindlessly scrolling. Like I'm not really engaging with folks as much as I would normally. And
I will tell you that I'm not engaging. I am engaging in the way that people are engaging with me. Like I have questions. Sometimes they're random thoughts, but questions that people answer on my page. That people answer, and then that's within my space. But
I see what you did there.
When it comes to like looking at other people's statuses and photos, maybe I'll scroll like maybe 3 or 4, and then I'm like, okay, that's enough. And then
you'll like my stuff.
Also, there's weird shit that like doesn't show up on my feed. Like I won't, like I'll see the same like handful of posts for days.
It does that weird recycling thing.
I don't know what the fuck.
Like Facebook specifically.
I'm like, what is happening? Like this.
All the algorithms are broken on every single website.
I could explain it to you, but I don't want to bore anybody.
Cool, thank you. We appreciate that. It's like, I don't know. It's just it's dumb, and like I want to go back to like being able to engage more, but I think it's gonna take a second, because we're all sort of like, I think we're all still in that process where like, how the fuck did this happen again? Like I think we're still in this like
how did Matt Gaetz get nominated today?
Oh my fucking god. Like there's a lot of like, but
that was a WTF.
Lord, we're gonna talk about that later. But it's like, we still, I still stand by the fact that as queer artists, we have almost a responsibility now more than ever to continue to stay as visible as possible, as visible as we safely can, because it just like in it's, we can't go back into the closet. We can't shut down. We can't just be like, okay, well, we're just gonna, back away for the next 4 years or whatever. Because 4 years, 8 years, 10 years, doesn't matter. This country is fucked. This country is fucked, because if we manage, like, whatever happens after the next 4 years, there's going to be some like irreparable damage that is going to come out of it.
It's like we're going to be undoing what happened again.
Yeah. And it's like it's going to be a fucking clusterfuck for a hot minute.
It's not hopeless, but it is a mess.
Right. I mean, it's going to be a while before things are any sort of,
I would say at least so I feel like as an artist and as a person, I feel like my thing is to project what I wish that somebody would project for me. And so I do my best to stay positive. not toxic positive, because we've talked about that before.
Right.
Right.
But
That's true.
and if I don't have anything to say, I'm just not saying it, because I don't need folks to jump on board with me. I need folks to fight with me. Not fight me, but fight with me.
Right. No, see, so I actually, and you know, and I'm sure people will be like, well, wait a minute. But I have no problem now deleting people that have been posting the like, well, I didn't delete these people just because we have a difference of opinion, or I didn't delete someone just because they voted differently. That tells me that you are not a safe person, because you have no problem keeping people around that are literally fighting against your best interests.
Well, Suzette done
And
laid off into the comments. My goodness.
and it's like, it's not that like I want people around me that all think the same way, because there are plenty of people that have different opinions on different things. But when it comes to my safety, when it comes to my rights, there's no debate. So if you think that it makes you a really good person to keep people around that are like, no, trans people shouldn't exist, we're going to make sure that we can eradicate them within the next 4 years, you're not a safe person, and I will delete you and block you, because I have no desire to have that anywhere near me, even if it is on social media, because that tells me that there are people that are on your friends list that are not safe people, and you're fine with that. So I'm good. I'm good.
So. Suzette said, in short, I don't think there is short. At therapy last Thursday, she discussed the stress of everything, and the therapist asked if she ever thought about being less out.
What?
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Wow. That's crazy.
And she ended up shouting at him, no, I can't let the bullies win. I guess prior to that, she was on the verge of shutting down, but his question made me realize it wasn't about her. It was about those who can't be out, and letting them know our community is still here. I believe in visibility as well. But basically, it said being tolerant
it's
of
the
those who
what's
are intolerant
what's it
leads
called?
to taking control.
It's the it's an actual, what the fuck is
There's
that
a
called?
quote
My
for it
brain
or
is
something?
there's an actual thing. It's like the paradox of tolerance, or
Oh yeah,
something
paradox of
like that.
tolerance. Yeah.
So being
What
tolerant of
is
those
it?
who are intolerant leads to the intolerant taking control. So if I am tolerant of the people that basically want me dead because I need to be the bigger person, then what that does is it gives them more power.
What?
Yeah. So because you're allowing it, you're allowing that intolerance to be accepted, and it's not, by being tolerant of intolerance.
Well, thanks for
You
sharing
are
that, Suzette.
allowing that intolerance to have power.
It's kind of like that joke about punching Nazis, right?
Right.
And so it's kind of like saying, "Oh, don't punch a Nazi," right?
Right.
Sometimes you just have to punch a Nazi because the Nazi is just not going to learn.
Right. Like it's you. So if you are tolerant of the intolerance, then you're fine with the intolerance having power, essentially, is what that is. So it's you, the people that are like, well, you need to be the bigger person, and don't let hate win. No, fuck you. In this case, we're going to go ahead and do that, because you don't deserve to have like my tolerance, and you don't deserve to have my sympathy. Your feelings are hurt because now all of a sudden people think that you're a scumbag. I don't give a fuck. So there's that. All right. So that being said, we are going to move along to our guest. And Brandon, I know you have so many things that you want to talk about. Please talk. Tell the people things. Tell the people things.
Hello. Hi.
I know you have notes.
Should I show
No.
the drawing yet? No?
We're
Okay.
not done.
Okay. So that's fair. We won't show the drawing yet. I've been told we can't show the drawing yet.
It's not done.
So, hi everyone. Hi. First, a couple things real quick. I brought some merch to show off.
Yes.
Here's some example of some of my drawings. that I do. This is one of my cats that's available.
I love the cat.
Yeah, it's available in pillows and magnets and prints and all sorts of fun stuff. I also have a very, very, very small amount of tarot decks left for this.
I'm in that.
You are.
I'm in
Both
there
our
too.
guests.
I know.
Both our hosts are in the tarot deck. And I think you were like near the end, right?
I was near the end. I think
Yeah.
I was actually the last one to get painted, if I remember correctly.
Well, besides me.
Oh, besides you.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
besides you.
I think you were the last, like, the actual
Yeah.
person I need to, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
besides
take your own
yourself, I
photo?
think I was the last one.
Or did you have
For
somebody
me?
else take the photo?
I had my assistant take the photo at the time.
Mm.
So they're credited in the tarot deck as my photographer.
Yeah.
And I'm still friends with them. They actually helped me at Pride. So both my assistants, Lee and Dylan, if you're watching, I appreciate you. If you're not, that's okay.
I need an assistant.
They're very helpful, right? But right now, so I just did Pride recently, of course. That was a lot of fun. I painted on stage, of course. And then you were just at Pride recently as well.
I was. It's where I fucked up my back, so we're...
Oh no, doing another death
Let's not
drop?
talk about it.
Yes, that's what I was doing. Death drops.
But yeah, so Pride was a lot of fun. I did a gig at Arizona, Wild Horse Pass Casino, where I showed off the Tree of Life that I made at Phoenix Fan Fusion. So that was interesting, logistically trying to get that around. And I've already got a couple gigs for New Year's.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. I'm
That's
painting,
exciting.
someone into a bronze statue, and then I'm doing some snakes, 2 different events. So New Year's parties, snake people. So that'll be fun.
Snake people.
Snake people, right? The big project I have going on right now is Masters of the Elements.
Every time I see it, I keep thinking Masters of the Universe. Like
That's why
now
I like it.
I feel like I need to, like, can I be He-Man, but
Yes.
like in some like
Oh, do it.
elemental type of thing. Like,
Every time I say it like He-Man. I'm like,
Like,
Masters
Masters
of the Elements.
like, or Skeletor, but can I be
Yeah.
like Skeletor, but some like
Can you go?
Elemental
Can you go back
photos.
and reintroduce it, but reintroduce it the way you just said it?
Like I just did.
Yeah,
Masters of the Elements.
yeah. See,
Oh my God, Skeletor. Skeletor's hot. I remember having a figure of him as a kid.
Mhm.
I don't
He was
remember.
awfully buff.
He was huge. Like he was jacked.
Awfully buff.
Like
I don't think people realize
being
how
a
many
bone daddy.
like leather daddies and shit were in 80s
Yeah,
cartoons.
we're a lot of leather daddies.
If you see so,
Intentionally.
like so many
Yeah.
people like they have
intentionally.
like the harness, like, and
Yeah.
He-Man was wandering around in a loincloth and a harness.
Shorts. Stuff that I like to wear today. And it's not even the 80s.
Right.
And when they say that we make children gay, I will say no.
No.
You put things on my TV that made me
Mhm.
gay.
And they were completely heterosexual things, mind you.
Mhm. Sure they were.
Right?
Mhm.
But yeah, so Masters of the Elements is a big series that I've been working on. I painted some of it in Los Angeles. I did water and I did fire in Los Angeles. I'll be doing more of each. I don't want to just do one water and one fire because I feel like there's different ways to express that.
No, for sure.
I am thinking about becoming one of the Masters of the Elements.
Ooh.
I asked everyone on Facebook what they thought, and a lot of people, what would you think first? I'm curious.
For you?
Yeah, for me.
Mm.
And Chad, if you have an answer in there, you can put
For
it as well.
you, I would say either water or like air or wind. Just because both have like this sort of flowy kind of element to it that, that have the ability to move other things.
Okay, I love that.
Because both wind can transform, water can also transform.
Absolutely.
And transform other things.
Yeah, water's very transformative, how it erodes and creates life.
And
like,
wind
takes away
wind
and
does the
adds.
same thing depending on the context. Because wind, if you have enough wind that beats against something, it can also erode. It can wear things down.
Absolutely.
It can
Oh,
move
wow.
things. It can shift things. If you put wind and fire, it becomes destructive.
Absolutely.
So for you, I would say either like wind or water, because they have very similar sort of elements.
There's also light and dark, space, spirit, and time. Felicia, what do you think?
I stand by. I stand by.
I like your answer.
I stand by what I say.
So the first thing that I thought of, and I think this of many people, but I think of I don't know what to call it, but it's when it's not liquid but it's not solid.
It's a gas?
Oh, like no, like
Like
slime,
or something like that, or something.
Like I know what you're talking about, but it's almost like slime. So it's like it's somewhere between. It's like a solid, but
very fluid, very, but it's not solid, and
it's like space
not
goo.
Yeah, it just is very fluid, very fluid.
Someone said Brandon is his own element.
Yeah.
And someone else said like cats.
Cats are somewhere between a solid and a liquid. I get it. They just kind of oobleck.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Neither a liquid or a solid.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You pick them up and they go.
Right. Someone said water and light. And I thought that was interesting. Like combine the two together.
Okay, I can see that.
And I love how water is illuminated with light, right?
Also, if you add water and light, you get things like rainbows.
Absolutely.
That makes sense.
Refractions and all sorts of beauty.
That makes sense. Okay.
Are you saying time because I'm timeless? Someone said time.
I plead the fifth here. Look at that. The show's still going.
So are you looking for folks that want to be a part of that? Are you looking
absolutely. So right now that series is booking. I did a few test ones just to show people and introduce people to the concept. The project books pricing from $222 to $555.
So Brandon's prices are never like 100
or appointment times.
If
never. You have an appointment with me,
never. It's never like 130.
No,
it's like 133.
No, it's 111.
111.
Yeah, it's always
333.
Yeah, exactly.
It's never like a round fucking number.
I went to the grocery store and it was different. It was like 74, and I said, "Oh, that's delightful. I love it when I get repeating numbers." And she goes, "Do you? Well, my birthday's a repeating number. It's 1212."
Oh my God.
And I was like, "What kind of magical world is this?" Right?
I mean, mine has like my birthday. I guess like has repeating number. Like one has one number that repeats.
Correct.
3 times in it.
Okay.
But it's like they're different numbers, but one specific number in those 3 numbers repeats 3 times. So.
It's about to do that.
So
again.
if you are interested in being a part of this, get with Brandon and get in there.
You can book on brandonmcgill.com/book now.
Go be a part of their.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's okay.
Their project, like if you like, this is like go.
What
be a
was
part
that?
of their
Book
project.
now.
Yeah, brandonmcgill.com/book now. Book now. Because it used to be people would have to write in and say, "Can I please work with you?" But we'd go through a whole process. I would do it to kind of filter people out.
Yeah.
And I love being able to filter people out. But I changed it in the last year or so. I said, you know what? Let me just let people be able to book me directly on the website, and we'll throw caution to the wind.
That's yeah.
Well, then a certain Blackfire booked on the website, and we know how that turned out. When they disputed the charge, but anyway.
Okay, so I'm just gonna throw this out there, unrelated to anything.
I'm just gonna put myself over here.
If you purchase services or goods from a small business or an artist, and you receive said goods or services from said artist, do not then go forward and dispute the charges for said goods or said services, because that's a really shitty thing to do.
Yes, it was very triggering.
Don't unrelated to anything.
Yeah.
Just don't do that
Just
shit.
do
Especially
good things to good people.
right?
Don't do that shit.
I feel like I try to be good to the community, so when the community does that, it's just like
that's
disappointing.
Not. It
You're
is
like,
disappointing.
Oh, okay.
And accountability is difficult in this community.
Absolutely.
Lord knows we have tried to get certain people to be accountable for shit for years, and certain people don't want to be accountable for anything.
No.
So
I've seen some small changes specifically within the Pride organization, so I do have to give a shout out to the Pride organization because I had issues with them a few years ago, and I've seen some growth. So I do want
growth is good.
Do want to acknowledge that there has been some growth.
Is good.
Yeah. we're feeling heated now. But what else is going on? So I also have this really cheeky project that I haven't really announced, but I've been literally telling everyone for probably years. I probably even told you about this project. I probably told.
Possible.
All right. So imagine the word glory. The word glory. Okay.
Where are we going?
It's dripping. The word glory is dripping, and it's dripping over a hole.
Mm-hmm.
So the project is about glory holes, really.
I'm unfamiliar with glory holes. I don't know what that is. If you could explain to us what a glory hole is.
I know we just had just the tip, but could you explain it to those that don't
really
know?
I am not knowledgeable of such things.
So the
I'm new to this.
Is called Glory, but we all know it's about glory holes, and it will be, if you will, a dickorama, right? So you'll have a square shape with a circle, and you'll have whatever someone wants to use, whether it's a toy, whether it's a physical phallus, whatever they would like to project through the hole. And then we create a piece of art, right? Ideally, this would be something that would be displayed in a museum. So you'd walk in and you would just see a display of dicks on the wall or other sorts of phalluses. And I think that would be kind of a fun, cheeky way of saying screw politics and screw censorship and screw all of the other silly stuff that we have in our lives, and let's just make fun of dicks because they're silly.
You have 2 months. Right?
I'm like, I need to get this together now. I can facilitate this, of course, online, but it would be really cool if I could do it in a physical gallery. I've talked to a couple gallery owners, but
whoa.
Matter is so
like
wild.
People would just have their dicks out in the gallery.
Well, it would be like my work, like my body paintings, right? But it would be, instead of seeing just a body painting, you would see a painting of a dick.
So you wouldn't see necessarily the entire body. You would pretty much just be seeing, so it would be, technically it'd be anonymous because you wouldn't be able, unless somebody had a, whatever
tattoo.
But but which would probably be covered by body painting anyway.
Right.
So it would basically just be.
No, my question is this a physical thing where somebody is standing there with their dick out? Or
no, it's a painting. It's a painting of the dick.
So it'll just be paintings of dicks. But I am thinking about doing some Clone Willies and creating some dick art with like some gems and some cool, like, making these like displays, if you will. So there's a physical 3D element to the space as well. And then I have someone donated 2 sex dolls to me. Fully anatomical, probably worth thousands of dollars.
Wow, like a real doll type of thing?
Real sex dolls, yeah.
Like
a skeleton.
Like an actual, the brand is called Real Doll.
I don't know what brand it is, but they have a skeleton inside.
I will Google so you can see what they're talking about.
It's very believable, and I always have it stare at people when they walk into the studio. Like, it's like eye contact. From across the room, of course. Anyway, but they donated those 2, and they want me to paint them. So that might be part of the exhibit as well.
Oh.
So that's kind of a fun, chaotic side that I really want to explore, and I think that would be really cheeky and interesting.
Well, that would be fitting for the
So these are real dolls.
Oh no, mine are guys.
No, well, they have
guys too.
They have men's.
Oh, okay.
The men's.
I mean, I had to attach the penis to him because it was unattached originally. One of the dolls, his head's still in a box.
Well, you're not supposed to ship it all together.
Yeah. Yeah, his feet are in little boxes too. They're like boxes are on the end of his feet. It's very weird. Anyway, but for some reason his leg is broken. It's very confusing.
So Real Doll has
Felicia's face.
My goodness.
So
I have
these
so
are
many
like
stories.
these are
as you know.
these are the male Real Dolls.
Oh, those are very, very believable. Are you? Can you? Well, I guess I was like, can you broadcast this right now?
No,
Some
we
of these you
cannot.
can't. There was a couple that I was like, that is something.
Yeah, these are designed
That's a baloney pony.
Yes. Yeah,
It's a smiling meat puppet.
These are Real Dolls. Yeah.
They're supposed to reflect real men.
Right. So is it going to be 3D? I mean, there's going to be elements of it that will be 3D, but it will be like a typical art exhibit.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So
Ask away.
you are as an artist, as a body painter, you have always embraced all bodies, all shapes, sizes, everything.
Especially not fixating on specific body parts.
So for something like this, are you looking like, I know you want, all sorts of different types of say male genitalia, whether it be in toy form, whether it be like actual like body part.
Ask the question.
I'm trying to think of the way I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this, because I'm not entirely sure. So if a trans man were to do it, how would you want that to be shown? Would you want it to be with like a strap on? In which case, how would it be? How would you show that it was a trans man, or would you want it to just be the way that their anatomy is? With, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I making sense? Because I'm like,
yes.
I just worked with someone recently that wanted to wear a tentacle strap on to their photo shoot.
That's fucking fantastic.
And I couldn't post it on. It is posted on Patreon, so you might have seen it, but I can't post it on Instagram. They actually were like, no, you can post it on Facebook and Instagram. I'm like, sweetie,
no,
sweetie.
Like, yes, technically I could, but also no, I can't, because
everything will get shut down immediately.
Yeah. It's a 13-inch tentacle penis. Like,
yeah,
it
no,
has
that's not
suction
gonna.
cups and everything. No. It's very creative and artistic and beautiful. And thank you, Dorian, for bringing it to the photo shoot. However, I can't show that.
Right.
So
it's not.
So, and that's the challenge of marketing something like this as well, is that because it's a project where you can't always show that type of stuff.
Right.
But to go back to the other question, it would be what you were comfortable with, or whoever someone was comfortable with, because some people were comfortable showing that side of them. Some people were more comfortable presenting something else or presenting an illusion. You know what I mean? So I think it would be more about like what sort of story we're trying to tell with that person, right?
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to like picture, because normally when people think of glory holes, the automatic thing is they think of cis gay men.
Yeah. Oh, cis, yeah. Well, and that's what the inspiration is like, kind of not celebrating that culture, but it's like a period of time.
Right.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't particularly visit glory holes. I don't go to sex clubs, so it's hilarious that I'm doing this. But I think it's an interesting topic, and I think I could do it creatively.
Oh no, for sure.
Even if I don't.
Like, okay, so then
my own glory hole.
I guess is a follow-up question. If a trans man were to be a part of this project, right? And say they decided to use a strap-on.
Okay.
To, Yeah. How would you then, I guess, either paint or something that would indicate that this is not a cis woman, or this is not, you know what I mean? Like something that would indicate that this is a trans man in this position. You know what I mean? Because
Absolutely.
I think that representation would be important.
I think it's important. I think it's good to do that. It's tricky because there's a part of it where I know some people who are attracted to the anonymity.
Yes.
Anonymity. You guys should do that again.
Anonymity.
No, that was terrible.
Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Yes. Anonymity.
It's a tongue twister, folks. But I know some people are attracted to that because I've had a lot of people that want to work with me, but they don't want to show their faces, right? And they're nervous about, especially with politics and all sorts of other stuff. So why not be able to offer something different where you could participate, but you're showing off something else like that? For a long time, I didn't want to focus on penises because I didn't wanted people to take me seriously, right? And so for a long time, I was trying to destigmatize the sexuality behind my art because I was so tired of people sending me messages sexualizing the models I work with or my models being harassed. And I would have to go after people and say, do not harass my models.
Stop being a dick.
Right? So I tried my best to kind of blanch the experience for a while and desexualize it. Now that I've explored onlyfans.com, which you can find me at Body Art Brandon. Now that I've explored that and other type of stuff, I'm trying to find an intersection where I'm still comfortable and I'm still being true to myself and honoring myself, but allowing that sense of play.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So if you want to be a part of that, contact Brandon. And I wouldn't I would encourage anyone who wants to be a part of it, whether you identify, whether you are trans, whether you are cis, whether you are AFAB, whether you are AMAB, whatever it is, go and be a part of this. If you have a nice strap on something and you want to, to do it.
Have you painted on I'm just asking. Have you painted on a strap-on before?
So, the sex doll I have is made of flesh, like the same type of material that most sex toys are made out of. It's just a giant sex toy.
And when you say most sex toys, no.
Sorry.
Is it silicone?
He's like a giant flashlight.
Okay, so it's
whatever that material is. It feels weird, right? Anyway.
So it's like cyber skin, basically.
Yeah. So what I read in that, because I had to research that. I read that a lot of paints don't always work with that type of material.
It's also porous.
Yeah. So powder type paints. So you need to have a paint that would be like a powder that sets it and kind of is drying instead of something that's going to be on top because it's really flexible. And if you use like an acrylic, it would probably crack.
So then if you were to use something with if someone were to have a strap on, it would probably need to be something that would be thrown away afterwards because you'd never be able to use it.
Or kept as a work of art.
Oh,
displayed in a museum.
I mean, yes, you can keep it, but do not use it.
Oh, I mean, use it for art purposes, but not for butt purposes.
Do not.
Well, that could be so vague for some people.
No.
You can put it in your...
No. Do not use it for anything. No.
I was going to say rear window.
No.
That way people
even worse.
A euphemism. No.
No.
I
wasn't trying to make a euphemism.
No. So if you are to use a strap-on for this project, go and find a strap-on that you do not mind that is going to get painted on because you will not be able to use it for anything sex-related afterwards.
At all.
Doesn't matter whether it is silicone, doesn't matter. You cannot paint on this and then try to wash it and then don't do
at
it.
all.
Umbrella rack.
Turn it into stick it on your wall, put a rod or something through it so it's stiff. Use it to hang things, whatever it is, ring toss, whatever the fuck. Do not use it, however, as an actual sex toy after you use it for this project.
I have a mold of my hand that I use as a coat rack. Or you could use it to fist someone with. Oh, wait, you said you can't do that.
No.
Right? I'm just kidding.
Have we taught you nothing?
Can't really fist
we have taught you nothing.
Oh my god. All right, do we want to get the last thing for the Mad Libs?
Oh yeah, we should get what?
We need a place.
A place.
We've got a noun, an adjective, we've got a creature, and now
I would like to suggest a glory hole since we're talking about this.
Is that a place?
It is a place. It is a place. The glory hole. Take us to the glory hole.
Oh my god. I'm going to say a space nebula.
Space nebula. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to write these down. Okay, so we've got glory hole.
Oh god.
Suzette says a church.
Church.
Convention hall.
Convention hall.
Like a con?
Yes.
Sure.
Bathhouse.
Bathhouse. I mean, you probably find some glory holes at a bathhouse.
Probably.
I've never been in a bathhouse.
You know what? Neither have I.
No?
No, of all the things.
I live next to one.
Flex used to be very, like, they used to be open and trans friendly, but they are no longer.
A minivan. Oh, they're no longer trans friendly?
No, the
Stairwell.
Jesse, who used to manage it, is no longer managing it, and he was one that would make sure that they were very, like, open, very trans friendly.
A bingo hall.
A bingo hall, minivan,
library.
Stairwell, library. Oh, Lord.
The library is now open. That's not the only thing that's open, but
Lord. All right, while we're getting those, shall we talk a little bit about what the fuck is going on?
But did you see what I put there right next to it?
Yeah.
all social platforms. Oh wait, oh, Trump is picking his cabinet. Oh, that part, the subtext. I saw the subtext.
Yeah.
Do you want to play your intro for the thing or no?
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
Intro.
The irony in this is that I just realized that I put WTF next to politics in that intro.
Yeah, well.
So speaking of, I think WTF and politics are side by side in this instance, because the orange person, bronzer number F12, is picking his cabinet, and we're royally fucked. Not like in a good way, like in a very bad.
Not by a king. Like a king isn't fucking us right now.
No.
A degenerate.
Literal fascist.
So I can't wait because a lot of these I kept seeing just flash across my screen, and I thought, how is this person qualified?
It's like a comedy skit.
It's the biggest fucking circle jerk.
Yeah, I'm
That's
like,
what this is.
This feels like when you finally like bought your business that you told your mom you were gonna buy, and then you invited all your friends to come work with you.
It's like, actually, you know what? A circle jerk is too nice. It's basically Human Centipede.
Oh, that's even.
Which was on Dracula recently, and it was not well done.
No.
Oh,
it was not well done. We did not need to see Human
Spoiler
Centipede again. Yeah, that was like 5 episodes ago. In the beginning, and then, well, I won't say what happened after that.
In the beginning,
I don't watch Dracula.
So Chief of Staff was picked. I'm taking my time.
Take your time.
So this person was the co-campaign manager and is now the Chief of Staff.
Was that the guy that was rude?
No, actually, it's a woman. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Susie Wiles. Is it Wiles?
Wiles. Yep.
Though she is making history, she still makes me want to barf. She'll be the first woman Chief of Staff. We shall call her what?
Ice Maiden. Trump literally said, we call her the Ice Maiden.
And you want this person to be your Chief of Staff, which is also in some organizations called the person of people and culture.
Mm-hmm.
Not her, apparently.
And this
she
is
sounds
the
like
Ice
a delight.
The Ice Maiden.
No, thank you.
This is gonna hurt me. Stephen Miller will be the Deputy Chief of Staff, and will write.
It's actually the Deputy Chief of Staff of Policy, I think is the full title.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
So Ice Maiden will work with this person, Stephen Miller, who will write and implement the immigration agenda, which we've heard bits and pieces of already, which includes mass deportations.
Yep.
And from what it sounds like, it doesn't sound like a lot of verifying is going on. It sounds like a lot of...
Well, look what happened last time. There's still 1,000 families separated from their children from the last time he was here. And we're going to bring back the same person that separated all those families in charge again.
Yeah. Remember when Arpaio was like in trouble and found guilty of like basically being a fucking racist asshole?
Well, he was literally going through neighborhoods, blocking off exits and going door to door,
that's basically what's
asking for people's papers.
Right. I feel like that's what's going to happen again.
That's what it feels like we're getting again.
Yeah.
And that was here in Arizona. Yep. So it's very real.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't that long ago.
Yep.
So this is their way of protecting the border. I would say that I believe that people in the cartel are a little smarter than that, and I'm getting hot. I meant to ask you this earlier. Why is the SE capitalized?
Because it's a typo. I don't fucking know.
Special edition. Special edition. That's why.
Special enough.
Fucking typo. I don't know. Jesus.
I was like, what is that? The Secretary of Defense will be Pete. Who the fuck?
P. Diddy?
Hegseth.
Honestly, it probably would be P. Diddy at this rate that we're going, right? Trump is probably going to pardon him and then appoint him to cabinet.
Probably.
Oh, God.
I feel like that's the rate we're going.
In the
like child welfare.
Right.
Pete
Hegseth.
And his qualifications are that he was a National Guard vet. And here we're going to add on to his accolades. He was a Fox News host. Because that counts. Department of Homeland Security secretary is, who is that? Kristi Noem?
Governor Kristi Noem.
Who is banned from different, she's banned from every single tribe in her state?
I believe so, yeah.
Like they literally do not want her to come to their reservation.
Yeah.
And she's in charge of that now.
Yeah.
So that's going to work out great. Yeah, she's famously unliked.
Yeah.
So
she's the current governor of South Dakota, which has a large indigenous population.
I think I'm trying to make sense of this. I don't think it's ever going to make sense. So I need to.
Yeah, can we make sense? Right.
I'm telling you, fucking circle jerk. That's all this is.
So he put people in places that he knew that they would not belong.
Yeah.
Well, that way you can fire them and blame them and say it wasn't his problem, it wasn't his fault. He hired.
He won't fire these people though. These people are all like have got their head so far up his ass and their mouth so far down his dick that he there's no way. There's no way.
Speaking of such, the CIA director is now going to be John Ratcliffe, one of the most conservative members of Congress and outspoken Trump supporter.
So real quick on the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, Kristi Noem. So not only is she like just a complete fucking hot mess, she sent the National Guard to Texas to help with the border crisis 8 times.
What?
8 times.
And she has nothing to do with that border.
Nothing. 8 fucking times she did this.
So she should focus on not being hated.
Yeah.
And
well, we're all about to hate her soon.
Oh, this person's back.
Collectively.
Mark Rubio.
I like to place Rubios, but I don't like Mark Rubio.
That's not affiliated, right?
No.
Oh, wait. Maybe.
No, don't do that.
I know,
voting
right?
that
I
for
love
me.
Rubio's.
Mm.
Does Marco Rubio own Rubio's?
Mark Rubio is going to be the Secretary of State, and now I'm heartbroken. If that is the truth, I am done. He'll be the first Latino to serve as the country's top diplomat, but
Yeah.
also, is he qualified?
Probably not. No. No.
Oh.
It's like he's trolling the whole country. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he's not
I-
interested in making it work.
Okay, so I saw he's trolling the whole country. Oh, this is weird. So weird. Secretary. Oh, I already read that. I don't know what this one is either, and I
A border.
read.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is a border czar? Like,
What is a
What?
czar?
So it's
Let's
like
look
like a fast track and enforce border.
right? But it's
enforcement.
like the title czar. Like, you're really like really you're gonna use a
Yeah.
Russian title?
A person
And, you know, we
appointed by
surprised.
government.
No, not
government
surprised. But
He appointed Tulsi. Are we talking about that at some point?
we're getting. I don't think I
I'm-
got that. I covered.
Yeah,
some of them.
Tulsi was just announced too, who everyone said was literally a Russian spy in a plant and who switched to the
Doesn't surprise
Republican Party. She is the national intelligence person.
me. God.
The person who people said it was a Russian plant.
Are we in trouble?
Yeah, that's just. So
Are we in
the
trouble?
border, the new
We are in
border
trouble.
czar, which whatever the fuck, this dude worked for ICE under Obama and helped carry out a record number of deportations under Obama. Yeah, but let's
I don't get it.
It's just a fucking.
don't get
The
it.
next two are like we're oh my god, the next two. I don't
Mike
even-
Huckabee is going to be the U.S. ambassador to Israel.
Huckabee.
Ooh. He loves
Mike
Israel and the people of Israel, and likewise the people of Israel love him. Mike will work tirelessly to bring peace to the Middle East. Translation: genocide.
Right?
Aren't we already?
For real.
Mm.
I
I
thought
mean,
we
it's
were
really
supposed to
easy
be
to stop
ending
fighting
this.
when you just get rid of an entire group of peoples, right? Like,
And they won't
Oh
let them
my God.
resettle either.
Nope.
Like it's all transparent.
there's that's not a thing. Like, that's not.
There was never any.
And the
plan to
next
have
one
them
is the
resettle.
one
This
that
is a brand new department, brand new, created just for these folks.
Oh, okay. So the person that can't run a social media company and has made various. I watched this whole thing on this person making false claims, which is quite ironic
Mm.
because Donald Trump does the same thing.
Yeah.
Making false claims, and that's how he got rich. He made false
Right,
claims
Yeah.
and has been given grant money,
Yeah.
government funding.
Yeah.
There was something else. There was like 3 different things, but false promises.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. That now Elon Musk, along with Vivek, what the fuck?
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah. Here's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
are going to be in charge of this new department, which is the Department of Government Efficiency.
Doge. DOGE.
Yeah.
They specifically made it
Cryptocurrency.
cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And then cryptocurrency gained 20%. So now we have government boosting cryptocurrency. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Trump says that these folks will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies.
As
Do
if
they have
he is equipped
expertise?
to do that.
Do they have expertise?
No, he
No.
broke Twitter.
Not even a little bit.
He literally broke Twitter, as we all know.
Not even a little bit. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what we have to look forward to.
Okay. Okay.
I think one of the things we're gonna have to do going forward is, I think I know this sounds weird, but I think we may have to sort of find the humor in some of this shit, because when you have a
Because we're gonna
circle jerk trying
suffer
to run
through
the
the rest.
country, like this is gonna be, it's gonna be a shit show. It is going to be an absolute fucking shit show. And once again, we are going to be the joke of this fucking world, because this is what is happening right now. So,
Well, you and me both already have people like from other countries being like, "Are you okay?"
right.
So,
Yeah.
I believe it, right?
yeah.
All right. So we've
Okay.
got. Oh God. How are we doing on the?
We're
Also,
almost
it's
done.
Apparently we are almost done.
Just kind of picking up where you guys are at. I'm writing down the words that I liked.
Okay.
well,
That's where
it's
we're at right
Trans
now.
Awareness Week. I want to make sure that everybody is aware.
I love that. That's important.
So explain to us real quick before we sort of start winding down, what exactly are we doing with all of the Mad Libs that are happening? What are you like
Yeah.
creating? Like
So, what if
is
somebody has
your
never played this before?
So usually when you play Mad Libs, you have a story, right? And
Right.
then you fill in the words that are missing, right? And you get to mix up the words that you want. So you can say an adjective or a noun or a verb or whatever. And then you read that story to everyone as one coherent
thing? Using the word suggestions.
Yeah.
So
but one time I did a show where I had people put in suggestions in a box, and they were just words, Beyonce or random other things, dog, and then I would just have to paint it on command. Each one I would pull out, right? So it's kind of a spin on that little game that we played, but I made it with chat this time instead of doing it live in person. And we have this fun little thing. I'm just trying to get all the words because so much went by.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? So because I know
you have a lot. I think you've got. I
know we got that,
right,
and then we got that, and then we got that,
okay,
and then we got that.
Okay, I'm ready.
But I don't know how we're gonna figure out where that was, because so who said glory hole?
I did.
Was that you?
I think Felicia said glory hole.
So we got a point for Felicia. You said melty.
I did say melty.
So we got a point for Freddie. Who said cat? Was that Suzette?
I think Suzette. I think Suzette said cat.
Okay. And then who said wig?
Felicia.
Mm-hmm.
Felicia, you won the drawing.
Oh, wow.
All right. So now we got to make up a story with.
Oh God.
I'm scared.
Do you need to write it down while you're writing? You can think of the story where we'll talk about gigs real quick.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I could just improvise, but I can
2
write something down. Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
All right. So Friday, for me is drag bingo and cats. There are like just a couple tickets left.
Get your tickets.
November, December is always rough because it's always, holidays and things are happening, but it's going to be fun. Justin Sider and I are going to be doing this, and Justin is very, very excited. Very excited.
Let's go my gig.
I've already replaced you.
So
there's a couple of tickets left. Go and see before they sell out. If you want to do the thing, here we go. Go to phoenixcatcafe.org/visit. You can get your tickets. Chances to win, and it all goes back into the Cat Cafe to support the cats.
I understand.
All that good stuff. It's a good time. And then tickets are now finally available for Christmas Carol, a queer Fantasia. if you go to allqueershakespeare.com/tickets, everything we run from December 13th to the 21st. There are a handful of shows in there. If you want to use my code to get monies off, you can do that. The
I think I
code.
used your code.
That's good. Felicia, can you put the code up there?
Oh my gosh! I did all this work and then you can't put up the code.
No. The code is Jace5. It'll get you a discount. And we've got.
Oops, sorry.
Nope, that's not right. We have shows on Friday the 13th, Friday the 20th, 2 shows on the 14th, and 2 shows on the 21st. The 16th is Industry Night for anybody that is involved in the theater community. And then the 18th is Pride Night. So that'll be super fun. But use my code, get a few bucks off, and then come out and support queer artists because it's going to be a really good show.
How queer.
Again, Jace5 is the code. All right. I think Brandon has the story.
Are you ready for the story? It's story time, everyone. God,
here we go. All
right.
right.
I'm gonna show the picture first. All right. Are you ready? It's a little wild.
Adorable.
After a long night at the Cat Cafe, Tomcat decided to attend the Glory Hole Gala, wearing nothing but their melting wig. Because they're a cat, they're not
very
wearing
on
clothes.
brand. Very on brand.
That's true. That is adorable.
Yeah. So this is your Tomcat.
Very
and
on brand.
Don't forget, y'all, if you want to win
there's
a couple of other prizes. There are the other prizes where if you
write in the chat,
transform me, and then share the live stream, you could win a body painting experience, or type photo in the comments and follow at Body Art Brandon on Instagram. You could win a professional photo shoot. Again, this will be going on for the next 24 hours. So 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow is when we will cut off the
November 14th.
November 14th. Yes.
I know if I post, does someone want a free body painting in my post? People will be like, yes.
Right.
So hopefully we can get some people in these comments.
Right. So do the thing.
Do the thing.
Share, comment, do the thing.
Or book me. That'd be great too.
Or when you share this episode, you just say, do you want a free body painting? Listen to the episode.
And support these lovely humans.
Right.
I'm like trying to point to Felicia, but support these lovely humans. They're amazing. They've been doing this for so long, and their voices are important in the community. We need to have people truth-telling. We need to have people connected to what's happening right now. So I just want to salute both of you and appreciate you both. Thank you for having me, as always. Yeah.
And we do have, looks like November 20th, we do have another guest in up.
Marshall Shore, right?
Marshall Shore.
I love him.
Yeah.
The hip historian. He's fantastic. He's a great dresser, too.
Yes. I love his glasses.
Yeah.
Glasses are always
Love
super
the
fun.
glasses.
I'm not competitive with him, but I'm saying he's up there with.
So apparently you must have fun glasses and must be a snazzy dresser to be on the guest on the show.
I think that's good criteria.
That is
honestly.
not the
Yeah,
criteria. That is not the criteria.
it should be.
Oh my god.
Did you all have fun?
Yes, it's always
Indeed,
a pleasure
indeed.
having you on. It's always a pleasure having you on.
Good.
And I'm glad we were able to have you like in person.
Yes. I wanted to be like part of the magic a little bit more.
That's fair. Like that's I think if it's able to be done, I think that, if they live on the east side, if they're able to go to Felicia's, or if they're up closer this way and you can come over here, like I'm all about it.
Just let me know.
Like,
let me know ahead of time.
Absolutely.
Right.
Tomcat says he loves y'all.
And we would like to, we added this today. I wanted to make sure that before we close out every episode, that we end with
What is it? Thank you.
the some support
Resources.
numbers for you with the Trevor Project, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, Trans Lifeline, and the LGBT National Youth Talk Line. The number for the Trevor Project is, oh God, the thing's in the way. 212-695-8650. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 988. Trans Lifeline is 877-565-8860. And the LGBT National Youth Talk Line is 800-246-7743. If you need support, if you need to find someone to talk to, we totally get it. Please utilize these hotlines and these helplines and these lifelines.
That after the election, all of these numbers received, I believe it was like a 700% jump.
Yep.
Of calls. I want you to, and most of the time when I hear people say like, oh, those lines aren't for me or therapy is not for me, it's because they think that they have like one case that nobody's ever heard of. And what I want to say is there are a lot of people that fall and hurt themselves and like maybe bruise or cut themselves, but they all go to the doctor. Right now, we are all facing something in this community that is traumatizing to each and every one of us individually. And those are like cuts. They cannot heal without you going and taking care of them. They are individual cuts. They're not like, I don't know how else to explain it. You're
well, it feels like
special.
1,000 cuts, right?
Right.
Yeah, you're special, but we're all dealing with this, and you deserve to get help if you need it.
Yeah.
Or even just speaking out loud, talking to a therapist is good. If you feel like,
and I promise you that that therapists understand that the need is higher. Like with the election and then the holidays coming up, it's always busy. Therapists understand this. They understand that they will be busy. So don't think that, oh, I don't want to make, I don't want to add to it. This is what they do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they do.
Would also encourage that if you feel that there are resources to look for LGBTQ plus specific or friendly therapist. If you feel that your therapist that you have chosen is not the right therapist for you, or you feel like they have views that they are, I've been in therapy with people that are like, that doesn't sound right. And you're like, sorry, goodbye. Yeah. So it is okay to fire your therapist and find someone that is a good fit. But if you are in need, please do so.
Yes.
Should I say, even if you're not in dire need, this is like something that you just,
this is all testing us right now. Mm-hmm. It really is.
Nope.
And what they want is for us to destroy from implode, destroy ourselves. I see no effort in preventing suicide in general. I don't see any effort to prevent suicide in special populations. I don't see any of that. So, and because I work in education, the biggest uproar is him wanting to just dismantle and not have a plan for the Department of Education. And so,
as if Trump University worked out.
Right.
The place he literally ran into the ground, that was a fraudulent institution, and he wants to gut the Department of Education.
He didn't care.
He's real qualified for that. Yeah. So I understand why you're upset. It's valid to feel that way. Yeah. Especially with your relationship with teaching. So I'm sorry that you're going through that, Felicia.
Anyhow.
We definitely went overtime, but we appreciate everybody hanging in there. I think it was worth it.
If you're still listening on the podcast, Thank
Right.
you.
If you're listening to the podcast, like we appreciate you.
Yeah. It's a supersized episode, of course.
Right. I mean, if we have guests, it's often that it's not unheard of that we go over time when we have guests, especially. So, doesn't happen all the time. But, sometimes you get a bonus episode. There you go. Yeah.
Thank you all for watching live and watching on the replay. We want to thank our guest, Brandon McGill, for joining us. And make sure you do all the things that we talked about. You never know if you're going to win.
Absolutely. It could be a fun time for you.
Absolutely.
And when I was at bingo this evening, people were like, "Are you on Spotify?" And I was like, so excited because I was telling them we just moved to Spotify, and I was like, "Yeah, you just subscribe to us." So if you're on Spotify, subscribe. If you're on any other platform,
we
please
were on
subscribe.
Spotify before because I had us on Spotify.
But Spotify specifically is our host,
right?
Yeah. Thanks for listening to us on the podcast as well, and send this episode to all your friends, and if your enemies, you're welcome. We will see you next week for your Wednesday night conversation.
Good night.